Okay, so Matt and Jeremy, let's start by talking about your characters in Into the Storm, Pete and Jacob. They're both part of the Storm Chaser group, but they're kind of at opposite ends of the spectrum, aren't they? Explain a little bit about what their relationship is as we start the film.
Well, Pete's been on the road for 20 years. He now has this fantastic vehicle that can give him the shot he's always dreamed of, which is the Eye of the Storm, the face of God. And they've been on the road for 3 months, and this is the first season for this rookie to come into the vehicle. And our team operates like a military squadron. There's chain of command, we have to act quickly, and we can't have any liabilities. So there's definitely friction with the new guy.
Yeah, I'm an aspiring cameraman. My buddy is Darrow, who's been part of this crew for a while, shooting with them. And he called me on and said, look, you can make some money, good money on shooting a tornado, come on board. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm thinking that we're going to shoot, tornadoes from afar, but we're not. But I didn't realize that we're going to be shooting tornadoes right up next to them or maybe in them. And it just, blows my top. I'm scared, so bad. And it's just way too much. And it's way more than Jacob bargained for it. And he doesn't really care. He wants me to get the shot. So he's like trying to, he's let me have it a little bit. And so now I just completely fell out of place.
I have to ask you about working with the two British members of the cast in this film, particularly Richard Armitage, who plays Gary, who spends more time with the storm chasing group. How impressed were you with his performance and his?
Richard's great. He's great in everything I've seen him in. All the way to Captain America in that scene he had, but he's great in The Hobbits. Love the Hobbit movies, and he is fantastic in Into the Storm. Richard Armitage is a solid actor.
Yeah, he was awesome. Good American accent. Mm-hmm. Very happy with it. Good job, Richard. And he was great, obviously.
Okay. I thought one of the most striking images in the film was the Titus vehicle that you just mentioned, screeching to a halt outside of Firenado. To be honest, initially when I saw that, I wasn't sure that either of those things could exist, but I've since found out that they do in real life. How much research did you guys do into storm chasers and the storms that they chase?
Well, I personally went on the internet, and there's a million hours of footage of amateurs and a million hours of professionals, including the downtime, fixing the car, filling the gas, having the arguments. It's all there. So I studied tons of that stuff, and I studied a bunch of weather sites to try to understand how these things happen.
Cool. Producer Todd Garner described the found footage element of the film as turning the audience into an unseen character who's part of the experience. It's really fun for us to watch, but how did you adapt to shooting that? Is it a different way of working?
Well, we're shooting a movie about tornadoes that when you go to look up, videos of tornadoes, you're seeing them the way we shoot them, in this film, is through cell phones and as a found footage style. You're always seeing someone who's opening their back door, oh my God, there's a tornado in the backyard, or helicopter shots from the news stations, and so that's just the way we watch it all. That's how we see it all. So when you watch the movie, you're gonna be pretty familiar on it already about how it's gonna entice you because that's the way we watch them. And it's the modern way of watching things through with pictures and everything, and we were talking about that earlier. But the movie, it really puts you into the storm.
And finally, guys,
good use of the title, by the way. Well transitioned.
There's lots of interesting characters and some massive action in Into the Storm. But what do you hope audiences, particularly maybe British audiences who won't have experienced these kinds of storms, can take away from this movie?
I think it'll take people from England into the storm. What will they take away from? Obviously, you don't have tornadoes in England, so I think it's a real ride in the sense that as realistic as you can possibly imagine, you are going to witness what the power of that insane phenomena that happens in the Midwest of our country, and you'll also see the sort of classic tale of people who have to. I'm getting bored of myself. Excuse me. Yeah, the classic tale of people who bond together to survive, disaster, which is sweet.
I was just in England recently. Max Deacon and I just did a movie together over there called Takedown.
Max Deacon.
Yeah.
Terrible actor. Terrible human being.
We need to throw him into the storm.
Nice use of the title.
Sorry, thank you. But no, I went to the theaters and they had a trailer for. They were good. Well, they didn't have the trailer, but they started to publicize some of the stuff and people over there. They know a lot about tornadoes. They're all they're over there, and So I think this movie over there is gonna, you know, it's gonna make people more aware of what they are and what we're about. But I think it's gonna do well over there. People are gonna love it.
Yeah, I think
in
it's
the
an
UK.
introduction to a real subculture in America, which
Yeah.
is
And I
storm
think they're
chaser
really
and
gonna love it.
amateur storm chaser.
Because
Yeah.
I touch a lot of people over there, and they're like, "Oh my God, it sounds so cool." Oh, wait till you see it.
Do you know what it's going to be titled over there, or no?
Into the Storm.
Into the Storm. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you for the time.
very used to the
Yeah, it
title.
was a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you.
Perfect.